Bel'Veth is finally here. I hope you guys have been enjoying her as much as I have. She is just so much fun to play, and in this game I'm going to be trying to share with you what I've been running on her and how I play her during a match. I will have a lot more Bel'Veth and kha'zix stuff coming soon, so if you're new here, stick around for that. But without further ado, let's just hop into the game. Alright, here we are with the Bel'Veth game. She's finally out on live servers, fantastic, and I can't wait to show you what I've been up to with her. Anyway, before we get into that, we have a bit of a skirmish going on at level 1 with the Blitzcrank invade, and we're just, I don't know man, we're just an absolute slapfest going on here. We're just running into the enemy team, trying to slap them in the face. Nami lands a big bubble, and yeah, I'm kind of just completely useless here, but hey, we get 2 kills right off the bat. Now, yeah, so that's nice, I guess. Okay, so yeah, Bel'Veth is finally out, and I've been playing a ton of her on my various accounts just to test her out and get the hang of her. And a lot of people are saying Bel'Veth is bad, and I understand why. Like, this champ is not perfect. She has a very strange playstyle, in my opinion, and she is a little tricky to play at first, but once you get used to her, she's not too bad at all. But yeah, I've been having good success with Bel'Veth, and I'm here to show you, you know, just how to play her, I guess. So yeah, you can see that I actually I use the blast cone to jump over the wall into the blue. This is so that I can prepare my Q to dash in the specific directions that I want. So I start with the top right arrow, and then I quickly move to the, yeah, you know, look, it's too hard to explain, but just look at how I did that that clear with my Qs. So I'm using all of my Qs in the same order basically, and that's gonna let me stay consistent with my clear, and just be a lot faster. And you have to make sure you're following what I'm doing with the clear, by the way, because if you don't do what I just did, like with the Gromp and stuff, and using your Q to kill the Gromp in blue at the same time, you will have a very slow clear. Bel'Veth's clear is very, very tricky, and so you need to be able to kind of, just be as efficient as possible when you're clearing with this champ, because if you don't, she is very slow actually, and it's going to be hard for you in the game. But yeah, I'm going to touch on the runes just for a little bit. The runes I'm taking in this game are Lethal Tempo, Triumph, Tenacity, and Last Stand. On top of that, we've got Inspiration second with Free Boots and Cosmic Insight. This is pretty standard. So I like Lethal Tempo a lot. I feel like it scales extremely well with her, and you're able to kind of just slap people, bro. You can just slap people. It's kind of hilarious. But yeah, I do feel like Lethal Tempo and Conqueror are her best runes. I will say that Conqueror is a little better. It's just a little bit safer and more reliable, but for the most part, Lethal Tempo and Conqueror are very interchangeable, and other runes are self-explanatory. But yeah, I'm gonna go and try get fucking English. I'm trying to gank here, and I miss my W, and I miss my E, and I miss everything, and Tristana ends up dying there, which is a bit unfortunate. So I did play that very, very badly, and it just goes to show that you shouldn't really rush your abilities on this champion, because it's very punishing if you miss them. They're all equally important to her kit, and it's very punishing if you miss an ability on this champ. But yeah, I do pick up a kill there at the very least, and so there's a bit of a scrap going on top lane, and obviously not really much I can do there. So instead, what I'm gonna decide to do here is go for this mid lane and just shove it out. This is really good for me. I'm gonna get some lane experience here, and yeah, the thing with Bel'Veth is to not take stupid fights early, and kind of just make sure you're on top of things, and protect yourself in the early game. That's it. If you can protect yourself in the early game, you will have a nice transition into the mid game where you can scale quite nicely. And yeah, man, that's why I opted for a full clear there. Bel'Veth full clear is very important, I feel like. And if you don't get that off, it's kind of, it's just, you're better off getting the full clear off, let's just say that. But yeah. Okay, look how I'm using my E on the jungle camps, by the way, just keep that in mind. So you only use your E on the jungle camps when the camp is very low, or like half health. This is because E uses execute damage, so like you're going to be clearing really fast if you use the E as execute damage to clear camps. But With there are some exceptions, of course, but you know, that's how you want to be using the E for the most part. And so, yeah. So I'm gonna just do a second full clip. See how good this is? Like, this is how you play Bel'Veth early game. This is kind of, you know, what you should be doing. I managed to get a kill, crab, and full clear early game, and now I'm just transitioning into yet another full clear, and I haven't even recalled yet, so this is absolutely huge for me. Yeah, you can see the Hecarim is near bot lane, and it doesn't look like he really wants to do anything there, so that's all good. In the meantime, I'm just chilling. I'm ganking. No, I'm not ganking. I'm farming my camps, and you know, we're just chilling. We're about to get 6 here, I think. We are very, very, very close to 6, and that's going to be great for us. But yeah, so with Bel'Veth, you really want to be patient. Don't force ganks; it's really bad. Bel'Veth has good setup for ganks with her W, I guess, and she has a lot of dashes, of course. But you know, you want to make sure you're farming because of her farming mechanic and her stacking mechanic with her passive, right? So obviously, when you kill jungle camps, you're getting stacks on your passive, which increases your attack speed and inherently just increases your power. But yeah, there is a fight going on here. Hecarim's on the dragon, but he doesn't actually do anything here, and my bot lane picks up a kill. That was just nice. All right, item time. There's so much to talk about, man. I have so much to talk about in regards to this champion. But yeah, we are going into a Noon Quiver. This is because we're going Kraken, Kraken Slayer. Kraken Slayer is literally her best item in the game. There is no contest. The synergy it has with Bel'Veth is just ridiculous, and so I consider it pretty much a core item on her in most games, but of course you can flex your mythic item just a little bit. We see the Hecarim bot, so yeah, I made this decision to kind of counter jungle here and go for his camps while he's bot side. But we do see the Trinity here, which is pretty damn low, and I'm going to just see if I can do anything here. While there's 3 of us top. He doesn't really do anything here, he's just sitting on the tower, which is fine. So I decided I'm just going to continue on and take the Krogs here. This is massive for me. Basically any large monster kill that you have, any large monster kill that you get is very, very good for Bel'Veth because you're getting a stack, and very, very, very important. Make sure you farm on this champ, guys. But yeah, this tournament is like one shot, and so I'm going to try and finish him off here. We know he has R. So he's just going to proc it really quick. He's going to get set ulted, and I'm just going to press E, which is really self-explanatory there. Like, I just press E and kind of survive the potential damage he can put out, because E will obviously give you damage reduction. So you can kind of just wait out the Trinity ulti with that E, which is very, very nice. Her E is just so great, man. Okay, so I have 2 choices here. I can either sneak the Herald because it's just coming up, and I have my altered form, so I'm going to be able to do this really quickly, or I can go clear my camps. I decided to take a risk and just go for the Herald because, for one thing, we just killed the Trinity, so I have top prior, and I also have mid prior, and the Hecarim was bot side, so he's only going to be showing up top side very shortly, and I do manage to just absolutely melt this Herald down. Her E is just fantastic for executing any living thing of any kind. It's just ridiculous. She just absolutely devours them. It's disgusting. But yeah, we see the Hecarim in the bot side there, and this is perfect, right? Because we got our Herald, and Herald is very, very good for Bel'Veth. You want to make sure you're trying to get Herald as much as possible. If possible, get both Heralds. It'll just make you super strong because you're getting a lot of lavender stacks. Well, I'll just call them passive stacks here. You're getting a lot of passive stacks from the Herald, and that's really, really good for Bel'Veth. On top of that, if you're trying to push your lane and you have the Herald, you will be able to spawn your little voidlings, of course, which is very, very good for shoving lanes and just applying pressure. But yeah, Hecarim's going to go for a gank here, and I don't really understand it. So I'm just going to decide to counter this here. And I don't have... I decided to just flash and get a double knock-up, but unfortunately... I don't have front dashes to dash forward a little bit more, and so these guys just narrowly live, which is unfortunate. I played that a little bit badly. Don't think I should have flashed there. That's my bad, but I figured we'd have the damage to kill them there, but, you know, that's just me learning the champion. That's fine. I'm still getting used to her, of course, although, you know, I haven't lost the game with her yet, guys. I haven't lost a single game with Bel'Veth at this point, and I'm having a good time with her. But yeah, the Hecarim is going to run past us for no apparent reason. I think he forgot that in my altered form I can actually dash over walls, so that's very good. And we pick up a kill on him, and On top of that, we're just going to go into his raptors and take those as well. But then the Cho'Gath comes along and he's like, okay, well, maybe he's going to try to stop me or something. But I do see him coming, and I managed to dodge his Q with my Q. And we're just going to stab him down with Lethal Temper, and we're going to pick up another kill and get some more stacks. Very, very juicy. That's kind of why I like Lethal Temper, you know. Like, I haven't even got my Mythic item. Now imagine if I had my Mythic and, you know, I was scaled up into the mid-game. That's why I love Lethal Temper. It absolutely slaps people, man. But yeah, I do finally get my Mythic. And for defensive boots, you do want to go into... well, yeah. For boots, you want to go defensive, right? Sorry, I realized what I just said. Yeah, you want to go defensive boots. It's just safe for her. Give her some more survivability. You can go attack speed boots if you want. It's a bit of a glass cannon build. I don't really recommend it. It's not really necessary, but it is pretty fun. And yeah, that's about it for the boot choices. And, you know, yeah, that's about it. So now, I'm going to look for the Cho'Gath here. But he's not going to walk up far enough, and so I'm not going to be able to get him. The good thing about Bel'Veth's Rift Herald passive, you know, the little voidling things, is that you can hold waves with them quite nicely. It's very, very good. Very useful. And I actually get jumped on by Cho'Gath here. I'm assuming other people are coming, so I'm just going to back off here. I lose my ult form as well, so I don't really want to fight that until my team's here. My whole team is moving down for the dragon, so that's what we're going to, you know, be trying to go for here. And... you know, we have no vision or anything, and we are going to try contest this, even though they have a Cho'Gath. So I'm just going to waltz straight in. The dragon's getting low. I'm going to try to get this dragon. I just instantly E on it, and I shred it down and smite it to finish it off, and I pick up my Void Coral, AoE, true damage to these two, and then we just clean them up like that. It's very, very juicy, man. So, yeah. You want to make sure you're picking up the Void Coral if possible, but don't be greedy with it, of course. The Nami is still here. I missed my W. What's new, man? Like, listen. It's not going to change even if I'm playing a different champion. We're trying to go on the Lucian here. Warwick's going to teleport onto him. And he's going to go down. Very, very nice. Going to pick up that Void Coral really quickly. We're going to get mid tower. Sorry, not mid tower. We're going to get bot tower. And we're also going to get this tower. Very, very, very juicy. And yeah, man. Bel'Veth is so nice. I think I played that a little badly. I think I could have maybe just kept autoing the Lucian more. That way he would have died, but it's all good. And we are going to recall and pick up a... what do you call that? A rage knife? Something like that. What, the knife component for the Gunsus? I don't even know what it's called, guys. I don't buy Gunsus that often. But yeah, we're going into Gunsus. Gunsus is a very, very good item on Bel'Veth. It scales extremely well. You get a crap ton of on-hit damage, especially if you have a crit mythic such as Kraken or Immortal Shieldbearer. Very good synergy with the Marksman mythics. So yeah, Gunsus is one of her better items for sure. It gives her on-hit damage and attack speed. And it's very cheap too. It's 2,600 gold, so it's a very good buy for Bel'Veth. It's a good scaling option that you can get pretty quickly, and yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to cover this wave here. Something's going on top lane, I don't really know what, but it's fine. We're just going to take all this, and now what do we do? So my immediate assumption is to just go for my camps here, because nothing too crazy is happening right now. There's not really any objective we can go for, aside from the mid tower. But I realize my camps have been taken, except for my blue, so I'm just going to grab this real quick. We're going to lag. Nice. I don't recommend lagging, but if you want, it's up to you. You know, you can lag if you want. I would not recommend it personally, but it's all good. Set is going to one-shot the Hecarim. Nice. And the Tryndamere is going to split push for this tower. This is a good decision by him. It's an objective bounty, so yes, we're going to hit him with the W, and we're just going to lag. Yep, more lag, very nice. We're going to start stabbing him down. He tries to flash on me, but I just press E, and I don't really know why I'm walking away from him here, because I could have killed him, but it's all good. I can't remember that I can't dash through walls without my altered form, and we're going to pick him up, pick up a Void Coral, get our ulti. And then look at this, the Herald is just waiting for us. Absolutely beautiful. We're going to press E and it's just going to melt. Like, oh, yeah, it's just juicy, man. use E to execute stuff. It's just really nice. And so I ping the mid lane here. We're gonna go for the mid lane tower with the Herald and my little Void minions, and we're just going to counter jungle as well. This is the great thing about Bel'Veth. You can pressure and get huge leads so quickly with the Void minions and the Herald. It's just so juicy. Notice how many towers we've gotten with just the Herald alone. This game, it's just really good. I don't know. Maybe it's just the Bel'Veth thing, I guess, but yeah. Okay, Hecarim's gonna face check for some strange reason, and he's gonna die. I'm gonna lag as well, and I'm just gonna get stuck here for like 5 years, and I auto attack a ward. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I flash out and I dash in front of the Lucian. What am I doing? I don't understand what I'm doing now. My bad, man. My bad for sure. But whatever, I guess. Like, it's still fine. My team is still healthy and juicy, and Warwick's gonna kill the Cho'Gath, so all good so far. I did play that badly though, no doubt about that. But yeah, you can see how the lethal tempo is doing pretty decent damage towards this kind of stage of the game. And now that I have Gwynsus and Kraken, like, we're just gonna shred people, and you will see that later. It's very funny. I love this champ, man. It's so fun. But yeah, obviously these aren't the only runes you can go. As I said, Conqueror is very good, and as far as the second tree goes, Resolve can be a very good option too. It'll just make you a little bit tankier in the mid-late game, which is very good, of course. But I do like the inspiration page if I feel like I don't really need to be tanky, because it'll, you know, I mean, free boots is very good, and having your summoners on a lower cooldown is always, it's always very good as well. But yeah. Anyway, Set's gonna land a massive ult, and he's gonna what the fuck? One Punch Man, he's just gonna absolutely destroy everyone. And so yeah, this is kind of, I mean, like, yeah, double kill. Like, I killed the Hecarim over the wall with my E. It was kind of hilarious. But yeah, I mean, this game is kind of a stomp. I'm sorry if this is not like the greatest game out there, because I'm not gonna lie, every single game of Bel'Veth I played has been a complete stomp. I have not lost with her yet, and so I'm beginning to think this champion is like criminally underrated, because a lot of people are calling her bad, and her win rate is very low at this stage. I think it's around like 38-40%, which is pretty damn bad on release. So yeah, I think people need some more time to play her and get good with her, and then she'll be fine. But yeah, I mean, I've had a very good experience with her so far, and I have been playing in my kind of standard elo, which is like around master tier. I think this game is around like D2 or something, but you know, still, I've been having some very good experiences with her personally, and yeah, I really hope I can get better games with her, because like, I don't even get to show off her super late game prowess, which is a bit sad, but oh well. Anyway, we pick up the dragon, gonna grab another coral there, and I see the Hecarim. He knows I'm coming, and he's gonna E away, but then he goes back in for some reason, and watch this. Boom, 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 lethal tempo, and then we just E. Oh my goodness, man. Absolutely juicy. Anyway, Nami and Lucian are gonna come along here. I'm gonna try to use the coral. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Here's a tip: do not use the coral while you're fighting. It's really bad unless you are next to a low health enemy. Yeah, you don't want to use the coral while you're fighting. The downtime you have, like when you're channeling that little animation when you take the coral, it's very punishing. You can get punished so easily for it. You can't move, and you know, yeah, just don't use the coral while you're fighting. That is a very important tip that I have for Bel'Veth. I think a lot of people get baited into using the coral mid-fight, and that's really bad, because your autos are so potent and you're able to kind of just shred people down without even using the coral. So, you know, yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Don't be like me just then. But yeah. Okay, so we are going to look for a push now, or just kind of wait for Baron here, because Baron is up in like 40 seconds. I love this champ, man. I'm sorry, did I say that? I fucking love this champ. I hope she's enjoyable to watch. Maybe not as enjoyable as kha'zix, I don't know. Obviously I will have some more kha'zix content out soon, but you know, that's just gonna take some time. And big things coming, guys. I have some juicy stuff coming, and more consistent videos as well, so stay around for that. Yeah, bit of downtime here. We're just kind of looking for any opportunity we can get. Warwick's going to try dive, but the whole team ends up being here, so he's going to get collapsed on really hard, and a massive fight's going to break out. And I just can't really contribute here. I'm trying to do as much damage as I can, but we're just kind of avoiding all the CC at this point. Not really much else we can do, and Tristana's going to dive that. She's going to go down, and I'm just going to flash over the wall and try and help the set. We're going to land a W, going to W both of them, and then we're just going to press E, and they're all going to die. And we're just going to stab the Cho'Gath to death. Oh my goodness. So much fun, man. I love this champ. Actually love this champ to death. And honestly, I feel like we could have just ended the game, but who knows. I am pretty low. And so I'm just going to try and go for the Death Stance. So the third item we're going is Death Stance. I won't get to use it much this game, but Death Stance is very, very good for her because you want to be staying alive in fights. I do recommend that this is kind of the core build you want to follow. From my experience, I've had the most success with this build. This build does the most damage out of any build, and yeah, you know, just I would recommend following this. But I will probably have a Bel'Veth guide out at some point in order to help new players play her. I think there's a lot of confusion around what's good on her, etc. Aside from, you know, attack speed being the obvious thing you want to run, but yeah. And of course, take Conqueror if you want. Like, Conqueror is very good. Still trying to iron out when you should take Conqueror and Lethal Tempo, but as far as I'm concerned, they're both quite interchangeable, in my opinion. But yeah, my team's going to take Baron without me. You do want to make sure you're around to get the Baron, specifically the Void creatures, because obviously Bel'Veth gains a massive like boost of power when she's taking the Void epic monsters. Your ult will last longer, and you'll have the little Voidlings coming out of minions, but yeah, you want to make sure you're around for that. I just didn't get to participate that time. This is unfortunate because I'm kind of stuck here getting zoned out of the fight, and then I try and follow the set, but I'm going to get collapsed on here. I walk up a little too far, I press E to avoid some damage, but Cho'Gath has true damage, so he's just going to eat right through me, and I'm going to go down, which is a bit unfortunate, and the rest of my team is going to clean up the fight there, which is no issue whatsoever. But yeah, that's unfortunate. I didn't have my altered form. If I did have my altered form, I would have been able to participate in that fight, but I didn't. So that's just, it's just unfortunate, man. Yeah, make sure you are around for the Baron. And any neutral objective, really. It's extremely important for Bel'Veth, unfortunately, because if you don't kind of get those objectives and you don't get kills, you won't have an ulti to work with. And you'll kind of be limited in terms of your power. So yeah, it's kind of a weird playstyle, you know? Like, it does encourage going for objectives, and she is very good at getting the neutral objectives, by the way. The only issue is that, like, if you don't get those, you are a lot weaker. Yeah, you're a lot weaker. Just want to make sure you get that ulti uptime as much as you can. But, you know, otherwise, like, you know, I love this champ. I do have some questions about her R though. That's the only thing I kind of have an issue with at this point. But yeah, I am in my altered form now, of course, but I don't think we're going to be using it too much this game. We are just going to try and push an end here, I believe. And so I'm just trying not to walk up too far without my team. And my team has the Baron, of course, so we're just going to be running it with the Baron buff and just eventually ending the game. So yeah, I will have some more Bel'Veth content soon for sure, hopefully better games, because like I want to just showcase her late game power. I'll try to. Trinimir's just gonna go straight in and he's gonna get one shot, he's gonna proc his ulti. I can't really walk up too far and I'm just gonna stay back and kind of peel. Set's gonna go in and one shot the entire team, so that's cool. And then I'm like, yeah, should I go in? Yeah, no, I don't know, man. It's just unfortunate. I can't really do much here, but it's all good. Yeah, you gotta make sure you avoid CC on this champion. And if you do that and you get your chance to clean up, go for it, you know? But yeah, this is gonna be pretty much the end of the game. We're just gonna run in, just gonna go ham a little bit, bam, start stabbing the Hecarim, eat him, devour him, change is good, juicy, delicious. And yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. More Bel'Veth soon. Try this champ out, so much fucking fun, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.